Hey, you're back.
Hey, how's it going? Nice to see you again.
So what do you got for me this time?
This is a very special book. It's called an Incunable. It was printed in 1484.
So Incunable is any book printed before 1500, correct?
Exactly. One of the oldest printed books.
Just what we need, Rick, another old book.
We sell old books. It's part of our job. It's part of our business.
Yeah, well, they don't sell that well.
Part of his job is just be a grumpy old bastard.
Whatever.
I came to the pawn shop today to sell an Incunable, one of the oldest printed books. This was the first generation. The book was bought at auction 20 years ago for $3,500, so I hope it's gone up since then and I can make a little bit of a profit.
I happen to have one of these things now.
Ah, that's great.
Since I'm buying so many books.
It's very interesting, the binding, actually. It's bound in pigskin, which
Okay.
was one of the early ways you would bind books. You know, the paper is actually made by soaking, rags in the 15th century and fermenting them.
Yeah, most people don't realize that paper made out of wood wasn't until the 1800s.
All of these little holes were made by bookworms. They munched away.
I don't think that's a good thing, though.
Well, it happens in a lot of old books.
Yeah, you can tell by the illumination right here that it's early Renaissance.
Illuminated books have illustrations that are hand-painted. As books became mass-produced, the art form of illuminating books faded away, which is a shame because the illustrations in this book are stunning.
I mean, when you think about what this book survived, the number of wars and what was going on in the 1400s, I mean, this was 9 years before Columbus set sail for America. The book is actually on an interesting subject matter, too. It's written defending a famous theologian and philosopher called St. Thomas Aquinas. His philosophy really reintroduced logic, debating things, and it became a very important, method for the Renaissance.
Okay, that is definitely cool.
It's no secret that I love antique books, and this is one of the oldest books I have ever had in my shop.
I'm very concerned about these wormholes going throughout the whole book.
Well, they had good taste, those worms.
Quite frankly, I don't have a lot of books from the 1400s coming in here every day.
I understand.
Let me call up a friend. She's an expert in rare books. I like it. I want it. I just want to make sure I'm not overpaying for it. I'll be right back.
Thanks so much.
If it checks out, I'm definitely going to want this for myself. I'm sort of in love with it already.
Some of the most beautiful books ever printed are some of the earliest. And this is actually quite a beautiful book. With most books, age doesn't matter, right? When you have edition, first edition, that's what you want, the first book printed. The exception, Incunables. They are actually collected simply because of their age. An Incunable is a book that was printed within the first 50 years of the invention of printing. Incunable is Latin literally for in the cradle, so it means the infancy period of a book. Rick, you brought me in. What are you worried about?
I don't know if this is great condition or this is really bad condition because it is 1484. I've never actually had a book this old, so take a look at it. I want to see what you think.
Rick, you're right that you really have to consider the condition for different time periods. When you're talking about a 15th century book, there's actually a little bit more leeway. So for example, the wormholing that you're seeing, bookworms really did love rag paper. A lot of 15th century books have wormholing. It doesn't hurt the value very much. Now, we do have a problem.
Okay, what's the problem?
A very important aspect of this book is not original.
Really?
The illumination is nice, but there are a couple things that stand out to me. The first thing is this black coloring here. Black is a most unusual color for a 15th century illumination.
Okay, so when do you think the illumination was done?
This illumination is at best late 19th century. So this kind of changes things.
Okay.
It's pretty unusual to add an illumination so much later to a book from the 15th century. Today, we just consider that heresy. But what it comes down to is the book is not worth as much as it could have been.
So what do you think it's worth right now?
If this were a 15th century illumination, you'd be looking at a price range of, $6,000 to $7,000. Right now, it's worth $3,500 to $4,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Rebecca.
Yep, good seeing you.
Even though the illumination was put in the book later, it's one of the first books ever printed, and I would love to have it.
So, with everything Rebecca said, how much you want?
I mean, it's a lot less than I wanted, knowing what it cost 20 years ago, but is $3,000 fair?
I'll tell you what, I will do $2,500. I won't do a penny more.
I mean, how many times do you get an Incunable in your shop here?
Not very often, but remember, there's a supply and demand thing. I mean,
Meet me at 3.
I'll do $2,500.
I hate to see it go at a loss, but I'll do 25.
$2,500.
You got it.
Meet you right over there.
$2,500 is not what I wanted for the book, but I'm in the business of buying and selling things, and he's in the business too, and he's got to make a profit, and overall, it's quite fair.
Check out what I just bought.
What's that?
Incunable. Something I've always wanted. It's a book printed before 1500.
What do we pay for it?
$2,500.
What are we gonna sell it for?
I'm just gonna pay the store what I paid for it.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You're gonna take it for yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it for myself.
What do you mean you're taking it for yourself?
I'm gonna give the store the money back. I mean, this is something I always wanted. I doubt if we're ever gonna get another one. I'm gonna buy this thing for $2,500. I think that's.
Not only no, but hell no, Rick. We need stock for the showroom. We can probably get $6,000, $7,000 out of it, and we need the money. Talk to him, Corey.
My dad is always lecturing us about not buying stuff for ourselves at the shop. He thinks the rules don't apply to him, so I'm just gonna have some fun driving him crazy.
This I bought for myself. This I did not buy for the store.
This isn't a charity. I can't sell it to you for what we got in it. I'll take $4,000 for the book. Take it or leave it.
I'm suddenly a customer in my own store.
Me and the old man are outvoting you on this one. If it helps you out, I'll eat the tax.
Fine, we'll discuss it later. I'm gonna go put it back on the showroom floor.
I'll go put it back on the showroom floor. I don't trust you.
Think about it, Rick. You better buy it before somebody else does.
So, you interested in buying it?
Well, yeah.
$6,000 is a really good deal for this book. You know it is. Rick bought an old book, and for some reason, the old man's all fired up to sell it. So he offered me 4% commission if I sold it quickly. You can't even find this book anywhere else, so...
There's some problems with that book. You don't want it at the moment.
No, it's a good book. I mean, 6,000...
jump.
Just check it out for a second. 6,000.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna sell the book. The old man said he'll give me a huge bonus if I could sell it quick. So just let me work my magic.
I'm buying the book.
Just let me work my magic. I got this.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry, man. There's a problem with it. It's not for sale at the moment.
This deal was in the bag, and then Rick has to come over, blow my sale and my commission? Great.
I told you I'm buying this.
Boss, he just ruined my deal. I had the book sold for $6,000.
If Chum almost had it sold for $6,000, why didn't you let him sell it?
Because it's my book.
Have you paid for it?
No, for some reason, you guys don't want me to buy it.
Ricky, I don't give a damn if you buy it or not, but I can't sell stuff for what I paid for it.
I just can't believe that you, of all people in this business, would wreck a $6,000 sale.
I didn't wreck a $6,000 sale. The guy wasn't even interested in it.
Yeah, he was. I was gonna get a bonus.
Now you're lying about it,
I
which
am
is
not
even
li-
worse.
I-
Which is even worse.
Who are you going to believe more? Me, who is still your boss, even though you are a partner? Okay? Or Chumley?
Chum.
I wouldn't lie.
I paid $2,500 for the book. I'll just give you a check right now. For?
You know what? I'll give you the family discount. $37.50.
Really?
And you got to pay Chum his commission that he just lost.
Fine, I'll give the company the $37.50. I'm not giving him anything. He would have never sold it.
What a grouch.
You enjoying that purchase?
I like the new book.
Made a hell of a sale.
I can't wait till something comes in that you really want, so I can give you that great family discount. I'm pissed at Corey for being such a hard ass, but in a weird way, I'm sort of proud of him too. but don't tell anybody.
I'm proud of you, Corey. You did a good job.
Thanks, Grandpa.
You shouldn't encourage him.
Why not? He makes me money.
Hey, what's up, Adam?
Nice to see you. Great to see you. Got something for you. Pick a card first, any card.
I'm just assuming it's this one.
One of the oldest American playing cards from 1769.
Whoa.
Even in the 18th century in America, they had lots of card games.
It was the 1700s. There wasn't a lot to do. You know, you had to entertain yourself. And we all know what the world's oldest profession is. I think gambling was the second, and then pawn shops to pay for the first two.
The card was actually printed in the 1760s, in a time when America was rebelling against British taxation. I'm asking $1,500 for the playing card. If I get my full asking price, I'm definitely not going to go play cards with it.
This is really cool.
Yeah, this is not just a playing card, actually. This is also a political document. On one side, it has like a secret political message.
Okay.
This particular printer, his name was John Holt, and he was a prominent member and the favorite printer of a group called the Sons of Liberty. He would occasionally issue cards, and on the backs of each one, they would have different secret messages.
That's really cool.
He references here something called the ship Liberty. The HMS Ship Liberty was the ship of John Hancock.
Yeah, most people don't know this, but John Hancock was a criminal. John Hancock owned the ship Liberty, and he was tried for smuggling, but he was one of the richest people in New England, and a guy who basically has a very large criminal enterprise. And, you know, you go to a jury trial, people are going to be a little leery to convict a guy who has a lot of thugs.
Sure.
And an old card from colonial America is something you definitely don't see every day. And this card wasn't used for playing cards. This card was used for propaganda, and that's got me intrigued. So how much you want for it?
I'd like $1,500 for it. I think it's a fair price. It's a very rare and interesting card, so.
You've met Mark Patton, right?
I did.
Okay, let me have him take a look at it. I just want to make sure it's legit and everything's cool with it, and then we'll talk a little money.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna give him a call.
Okay.
You know the routine, hang out, and I'll get him.
I'll do that. Thanks so much. I'm excited that they're bringing in an expert because he'll really appreciate what I see in the card, the historical significance of it.
This is the card I called you about.
Interesting. The four of clubs. One of the more interesting cards out there, obviously. So, how did you end up with this?
I bought it at a small auction. I didn't think it was highlighted in terms of its historical importance, so I picked it up reasonably cheap.
Okay. This is an interesting piece. The playing card portion of this was not actually printed in the United States. Cards were printed in England. They were brought into the United States, and they didn't have any back on them. It was just blank paper. So people would start using them. This one's particularly nice because it's 1769, and it's a political message. What this is actually saying, escape the designs of those men of faction. Faction was considered a bad thing because you were only going to be supporting one side, and you needed to support everybody if you were running for office. This MRY, this person named Murray, and a person named Brasher. Oh. And he's basically saying to people, don't vote for these guys. It is a political broadside from 1769.
So it's all legit, it's the real deal, it wasn't made in the 1960s.
No, as far as I can tell, this is absolutely legit, and it's scarce. It's very scarce. I know of only 4 or 5 in public collections. You're not going to see another one of these.
Thanks, man. You're the best.
Thank you. Very
Thanks for all the
interesting.
insight.
Thank you. This card is a very unique original piece of printing from pre-revolutionary times. I certainly would want to have it. If he buys it, I think Rick's enough of a geek when it comes to history that he's going to love it.
So you heard it, 1760s, rebellious spirit in America, a very rare card.
It's cool, but you know how it is when you have that rare one thing, you know, that's trying to figure out a price.
Sure.
So $1,000 bucks.
$1,000, huh? I think I'd like $1,200 for it. I think that's fair. It's very rare.
You got a deal, man.
Sounds good.
Okay,
You got
cool.
yourself a card.
This is cool. I like this.
I think it's a fair price. It is very hard to value things that are very unique and very rare. With the $1,200, I'm definitely gonna look for more things that I think they'll be interested in. I'll bring them back in.
You know, Adam, the picker that goes around looking for old books?
Yeah.
He came in earlier with a playing card from the 1700s, and I paid him a ridiculous amount of money for it. And he bought the card for nothing.
The guy's lucky.
There's no such thing as luck.
There is luck.
No, there is hard work. I mean, some bad things happen every once in a while, but it's not luck. In general, you will do well in life if you just work hard. I mean, you're not gonna walk in a casino and play craps all night long and win just because you're wearing a certain sweater or something.
How do you know you just haven't found the right sweater? Some people are just more lucky than others.
I'm the luckiest person in the world.
Why are you so lucky?
Obviously, he's lucky. 10 years, he's still here.
Pretty awesome, isn't it, Rick?
Yeah.
Guess we're the unlucky ones.
Hey, what's up, man?
Nice to see you.
What have we got this time?
Okay, this time I have brought for you the most incomplete book that I've ever brought. This is an actual printed page from the Gutenberg Bible, the very first printed book.
Well, there was printing before Gutenberg's printing press, but those all sucked.
This time I think I brought Rick something really unbelievable. It's a single leaf from the Gutenberg Bible. It's really the first substantial printed book in the history of the world.
So we have a leaf here, which is a page.
This is one page from the Gutenberg Bible. You may ask why there is only one page. In the 1920s, a famous book dealer named Gabriel Wells came upon an incomplete copy of the Gutenberg Bible, and he broke it up into single pages, and he put it with a bibliographical essay, and he had it very beautifully bound, and he sold them as single pages where he puts a leaf of the Gutenberg Bible and in the approximate years that they believe it was printed.
Is it printed on the other side?
Yeah, it's a double-sided leaf. It's printed on very fine paper that they imported from Italy into Germany in the period. And it's been hand rubricated with colors, with red and blue, after it's been printed so that it looked more like a manuscript.
That's pretty amazing.
The Gutenberg Bible to this day is regarded as one of the most beautifully printed books.
He had to invent the type. He had to invent the press that it went into. He had to invent the ink. It was a massive undertaking.
It's like the internet, to think how quickly they went from printing a book like this to having people copy the invention, to go throughout Europe, setting up printing centers all through Europe within 50 years.
It literally was like the internet. It went from this to scientific books, to fiction, to dirty pictures, to a little bit of everything. And
Well, there's no more important invention in the history of democracy than the printing press, because it's the democratization of knowledge. It puts the power of knowledge into the hands of the people.
Johann Gutenberg invented the first practical movable type printing press. And with that, he printed the Gutenberg Bible. Before that, books were still written by hand.
and the only people that could afford them were the super rich. So because of his printing press, he eventually brought literature to the masses. So that makes anything associated with Gutenberg and his printing press worth a literal fortune. And you found this in one of your travels?
Well, this came from an estate. It originally belonged to a printer, and I bought it from the estate. I mean, I was beyond thrilled to find it. This particular leaf is from the Old Testament. It's from the second book of Chronicles, which is towards the end of the Hebrew Bible, and it talks about the purification of the temple in Jerusalem.
Cool. Okay, so the big question, how much you want for it?
I came up with a number, and you better brace yourself, but remember the importance of the book, of $65,000 for the page.
Okay. Like always, I'm going to call Rebecca. Let me get her down here. This is...
I would be delighted. She's going to be... I think she'll be flawed to see it.
$65,000.
Hello.
The world's most famous book person meets the world's most famous book.
Is that what I think it is?
It's a page of it.
Right, a leaf.
A page to me, a leaf to you.
Well, a page is actually one side and then the other, so it's 2 pages, 1 leaf.
All right, you got me. Okay.
Well, the most important thing is it's a leaf from the Gutenberg Bible.
Yeah, and I just touched it. The Gutenberg Bible, I just touched it.
So when was the last complete Gutenberg Bible sold?
The full set hasn't been sold since the 70s.
Yeah, it's been decades upon decades.
Okay.
And in the meantime, other books have gone for over $10 million. I mean, this would just be astronomical. It would break all the records.
So the thing is it real?
Can I hold it up to the light?
Sure.
I've seen Gutenberg Bibles before, but I don't think that I've had a chance at this length to really inspect one. Like, this is a chance that most people are never going to get, even rare book specialists.
I would touch it, but I'm afraid I'd catch on fire.
I'm holding it up to the light so that I can see the chain lines that you see in handmade paper that comes specifically from paper of this period.
It's real, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What's it worth?
Dealers I know and trust, they're gonna place this around $80,000. So I think that is fair to ask for the way things are looking right now in the market.
You're the best.
Yep, happy to help.
Well, thanks so much, Rebecca. Really appreciate it. So you heard from your friend and eminent book expert.
So how much would you be willing to go? Of all the business we've done over the years, like...
You give me a number, what you're comfortable with.
40,000.
I can't do 40 on it.
I mean, that's what I feel comfortable with. Auctions are definitely not an exact science.
Yeah, I mean, 40,000 is just so on the low scale in terms of what I can take for it. I mean, I didn't even want to come down so low, but 55. You know, I'm trying to be fair with you, Rick.
And I know you are. I would go 45,000. That's the best I could do.
I'm going to offer it to you for 47,000, and it would be foolish for you to say no. And that is a price I did not imagine I would even agree to.
I have a CFO in an office right down the hallway that's going to be really mad at me. So 47, we got to do.
They're not going to be mad when you make a small fortune on it.
It's amazing. I'll meet you right up front. Let me get someone to keep an eye on this, and I'll do some paperwork.
Why do you need someone to keep an eye? It's only a page.
No, it's 2 pages. It's 1 leaf.
Oh, you're right.
That's right. I now own a page of the Gutenberg Bible. Hey, chum. You will not believe this.
I've seen magic before, Rick.
It's not magic. It is a page from the first printed book.
What? It's not even in English.
Well, don't touch,
Why?
because it's over 500 years old.
How much was it?
47,000.
For 1 page? $47,000 for a piece of paper with something you can't even read on it? You're the one who said the Bible is the most printed book ever. I learned that from you.
Most old Bibles aren't worth money. This is completely different, though.
I'll sell you this pen for 20 grand. I mean, if you're crazy enough to buy a piece of paper for 40 grand, Mr. Gutenberger himself held this pen.
It's not good. Did you just say Gutenberger?
Yeah, this was the first ballpoint pen that Mr. Gutenberger had made.
What can I help you with?
Came to sell my buttons. They belong to Marie Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette. Do you know a lot about Marie Antoinette?
I came down to the pawn shop today to try and sell my buttons owned by Marie Antoinette. I want to sell them because I don't deal in buttons. I'd like to get $10,000. I think they're a very rare set and very unusual.
So where did you get these?
I'm a rare book dealer. Where there's sometimes really fine books, you find some really interesting objects.
What makes you think they belong to Marie Antoinette?
On the box is the Bourbon coat of arms, which is something Marie Antoinette would have had on all of her possessions.
Yes, the Bourbons were a long line of kings and queens in France. Bourbons was the family name. And after Marie Antoinette was married to Louis XVI, she became a Bourbon. Louis XVI could not have run the government worse. The utter poverty of the people in France, and they're looking at people living in Versailles, living the life of luxury, eventually led to the French Revolution, and what are we going to do with the king and queen? And they just decided, let's just chop their heads off. This woman loved living the high life, but the average French person, who was basically starving at the time, they got sick of her really quick. After the French Revolution, she was eventually arrested and executed. Do you mind if I look at them?
Sure, of course, go ahead. These were called paste diamonds. They're sort of like glass diamond.
Paste was a big thing. What it basically is, this is glass with lead melted in it. This is definitely something fancy enough to be worn by a queen.
Yeah, from what I understood, it's very rare, actually, that you would have a set of buttons that survive complete.
A complete set is rare. There's a good market for stuff belonging to royals. And Marie Antoinette is one of those historical figures people never stop talking about. But there's a lot of things we have to take into consideration here. So what do you want to do with them?
I want to sell them.
How much are you looking to get out of them?
10 grand.
If they belong to Marie Antoinette, we probably have a deal. But what happened was French Revolution, Napoleon came to power, and later he was defeated, and the English put the monarchy back in place in France. When the Bourbons reascended the throne, they modified their crest. And this necklace right here was added. 100% guarantee you this is post-Napoleon.
Okay.
Which means it can't be Marie Antoinette's because her head was gone by then.
That being said, though, we still have a Bourbon coat of arms on the front of this thing. I mean, we're talking royalty. I'll give you 2 grand for them.
We do 4,500.
I'll go 3 grand. There's a royal connection, but we don't know how far down the line.
I really don't want to go less than 3,500. I think it's fair.
It's not like this walks in the door every day. This stuff always sells. I'd say go ahead and do it for 35.
All right, 3,500.
You got it.
Write them up, Corey.
All right, come with me, my man. I'll write you out.
His son was strangely interested in the buttons. I'm glad he prodded him along to accept the 3,500 because it really was a good deal for him.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, Rick. How you doing?
How's my favorite book picker?
This time I picked a book that I think any businessman would love. It's Adam Smith's The Wealth of Nations.
The Capitalist Manifesto.
It is. I brought a copy of an 18th century edition of Adam Smith's The Wealth of Nations. It's the most important book of capitalist economics, and Rick's a businessman, so I think he's going to go gaga for it.
It's the first books on economics and the capitalist system, what we call a free market economy now. They should study this in high school. They really should. It's basically everything about the creation of wealth. Like, you know, basically a man goes in his backyard, digs up some dirt, takes the iron out of the ground and turns it into a horseshoe. So the horseshoe is worth money. So you have created wealth out of nothing. I basically said, let people work hard and do business and everyone will do well. And the invisible hand, meaning the marketplace, will figure out the price structures of everything.
Exactly. And actually, I knew you'd be interested in the invisible hand, so I put a little marker here just where it is. He says, he intends only in his own gain, referring to the person. And he is in this, and in many other cases, led by an invisible hand. And it only appears really once in the book, but that's the phrase that the book is known for.
What year was this printed?
This is a 6th edition of the book. It was printed in 1791. It's still a nice collectible edition because it's still an 18th century edition.
Have they been rebound?
Well, I think they retain some of their original binding, but at some point, the spines have been remade to match the binding covers. So the spines are probably 20th century, but the covers are much earlier.
It's a pretty amazing set of books. The nerd in me is going like crazy right now. How much you want for them?
Well, I was going to ask $2,500 for them.
As always, I'm going to call on Rebecca because she knows a lot more about this stuff than I do
Sure,
about this stuff. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. Okay.
Sounds good.
These will look so amazing on my bookshelf at my house. The Wealth of Nations.
Oh.
The Capitalist Manifesto.
That's clever of you. Did you come up with that
I came up with that all by myself.
That was all you.
I tried to bring something this time to make Rick excited.
Hey, it's about making money. That's like my third or fourth favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, I don't think I'm showing Rick's cards when I say I think he really wants this book. You know, in some ways, Adam Smith is the Darwin of economics. You're in this sort of mercantilist economy that's very different and driven by these huge, powerful states. And 1776, you have the Declaration of Independence, and it's the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. Things are changing. And this is an explosion of economic thought and work, and it just changed the way we live. 1776, the Founding Fathers were reading this book. This was hugely influential on Hamilton, and in fact, Madison later uses it to counter some of Hamilton's suggested projects. So it's kind of great because Founding Fathers on both sides use it against each other. This is essentially the most important work in modern economic thought. Any edition of Wealth of Nations published in the 18th century is going to be desired by collectors because that's still the same historical context, the same people reading it and being influenced by it and acting based on its principles. All right, so should we talk about the actual copies here?
So there's a little bit of foxing.
Yes.
I learned that from her.
I'm impressed.
That's the spots on the pages.
Yes, the spots. Yes, there's foxing on the pages, a little bit more than I would like to see, frankly. It's been rebacked. I don't mind the rebacking because it's pretty well done, though there are some other issues of edge wear to the binding. But, you know, for what it is, among other 18th century copies, it's actually rather nice.
Okay. So what do you think they're worth?
This is the type of book that's a total home run in book collecting. Personally, if I had this copy of this book, I would be selling it for around $4,800 to $5,000.
That's a decent price.
Thanks.
Well, thanks so much, Rebecca, as always.
So, I'll give you your $2,500. I think.
And I'll tell you, it's no secret. Both of us knew that you really want these.
I know that. I know that. It's.
You know what I see, Rick? I see that invisible hand now coming in, reaching into your wallet a little bit. Look, why don't you give me 28 for them? It's less than $3,000. It's the most important book in capitalism. It's an 18th century edition and a very nice copy of it. 2,800.
All right, I'll give you 2,700 because you know I want these for myself, and that sort of stuck that way. But it's more than fair, and next time, take care of me.
I'm not going to argue with you for $100. I think that's fair.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Rick and I agreed on 2,700. I probably could have squeezed him for a little bit more, but, you know, he did boost it a little bit to make me happy. This is a 17th century Dutch balance scale.
This is definitely an interesting thing.
I want to sell it because I don't really have much to weigh in my house. I know how much my cats weigh, so.
Okay.
I came to the pawn shop today to see if they're interested in buying my 17th century Dutch scale. I'd like to sell it today because I want to use the money to buy other things. The least I would take is $3,000.
All right, this is cool. Where did you get it?
I buy rare books, and sometimes I buy other objects that are in the libraries, and this was one of the objects.
Okay.
They have these little weights, and some of them are marked, like this is an English noble. You know, I think you have a French coin.
These weights right here are what the coin should weigh. Remember, all the coinage was in gold. Now, if every time you got a gold coin just filed off a little bit and it went into a box, eventually you'd have a box full of gold dust.
Sure.
And it was a real common practice. I'm assuming that this was used by a merchant who dealt in a lot of foreign coinage. You would take your weight, put it right here on this side, put your gold coin on that side, and if it didn't measure up with a little simple math, you could figure out how much extra he owed you. International trade really blew up in the 1600s, and the Dutch were like the biggest player in that game. They had trading posts all over the world. So having a little portable scale like this to deal with different kinds of foreign money was extremely useful, especially if you didn't want to get ripped off.
These are the marks, I think, of the Dutch government of the time that would have assured that these were, you know, proper weights and everything like that. And that's the year, 1662. It's very, very unusual to find them from the mid-17th century. They seem to be very rare.
And it does make it intriguing.
Yeah.
This thing is really nicely crafted, and it's in great shape for being 300 years old. If it's truly authentic, it's worth some money and would be a great addition to the shop. So what do you want to do with it?
I'd like to sell it.
Okay, and what were you looking for?
$4,000.
Okay, do you mind if I have someone look at it just to verify the date on it? It would be very easy for someone to get one from 1812 and make it 1662. If everything checks out, we'll talk about price.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, I'll be right back.
Terrific. It doesn't seem like the type of object somebody would have faked. I can't be 100% sure, so it's good that they're bringing an expert to double check.
Mark, how's it going?
The guys normally call me down here when they have some kind of historical artifact that they're curious about, so I take a look at it and tell them what I can.
I have a scale here.
Mind if I take a closer look? Well, this is interesting. What we have here is obviously a coin scale. You know, 17th, 18th century, there were a lot of different coins that circulated. And what you always worried about was that somebody was clipping the coins. They were taking off a little bit of the gold on the edge or a little bit of the silver. That was a capital offense. You could be hanged for that. You could be drawn and quartered for that. So scales like this were extremely important. In the 17th century, if you were in a position in a business where you were actually handling money, you had somebody who had a coin scale so that you could check every single coin that came in. What are your concerns on this?
I just want to make sure it's a scale from 1662.
Guess is that the strings have been replaced. I don't think these are original to the 17th century. There would have been a lot more discoloration. Those have probably been replaced. As I look at this, as I look at all the parts of it, as I look at the engravings of coins, we're all in circulation by 1662, so that is correct.
Okay, good.
The scale type is correct to then, and the manufacturing type looks right. So, yes, this is a 1662 coin scale.
That's good.
Like always, man, you're the best.
Anything that's collectible can and probably has been faked, so it makes perfect sense to check just to be sure.
All right, so it's real. Let me give you $1,500 for it.
It's honestly too low. I mean, I've seen they sell some of these weights, you know, individually at a lot of money, and I really don't want to go less than $3,000. I think it's a very rare piece, and it's very interesting. And
it's a rare piece, but it's going to take me a long time to find the right customer or the right auction. Let me get it for $2,500. It's a beautiful piece, I'll give you that, but it does have a few condition issues.
$2,500, huh? I'll go with the 25.
All right, cool, it's a deal. I'm really glad this deal worked out. The scale's a pretty unique item and it looks cool. Even though it might take a while to find the right buyer for it, in the end, it should bring a nice profit.
Hey, Corey.
What's up, Adam? How you doing?
Good, how's it going? Where's your dad?
He took off somewhere with Chum. Why, what's up?
I dragged in another book for him. You're gonna have to buy it then.
What is it?
Well, you've heard of Geneva watches, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is the Geneva Bible. It's a Protestant Bible printed in the year 1583.
You know, King Henry basically decided that he wanted a divorce and they wouldn't give it to him, so he basically ended Catholicism in England and started his own religion because he hated his wife that much.
Men have been known to do a lot of things for women.
Yeah, I can't imagine hating somebody that much.
My name is Adam. I'm coming back to the pawn shop today with a really interesting 16th century English Bible. It's known as the Geneva Bible. It's a really fascinating relic of history and an important book. So I'm asking $1,600. I mean, every copy is unique, and I think that's a reasonable and fair price for it.
I don't think I've had one of these in here yet. Can I touch it, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Go
These
ahead.
things always scare me because they're fragile.
Protestantism flourished in England, but then Mary came to the throne in 1553, and she wanted to revert England back to Catholicism.
She banned these Bibles being printed.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Didn't she burn out all the Protestants' eyes or something?
Bloody Mary, that's it. You probably know the drink for sure. I mean, she definitely tortured and persecuted a lot of Protestants. So the Protestants fled to Geneva, which was a refuge for them. And for the first time, really, they translated the entire Bible out of the original languages, Aramaic, Hebrew, and Greek, into an English Bible. And this was the first really accessible Bible that people could read in the English language.
So for being that old, I mean, it's in pretty good shape, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's got some condition flaws, for sure.
Okay. What are you looking to get out of it?
I'm looking for a very modest price, I think. Like $1,600 for it. They're still rare and desirable because it's an interesting Bible and it's so famous and it has such importance in history. I mean, if your dad was here, he would grab that in a second from me.
God, I wish I knew more about this stuff. But let me give Rebecca a call and have her come down and take a look at it.
Cool, thanks a lot. That can only help me. She's extremely knowledgeable, and she's going to emphasize the importance and history of the Bible to him. I hope that's enough to sway him.
All right, so what is it?
I just don't know. I mean, I know it's a Geneva Bible. I know about Bloody Mary. I know about King Henry. But what a Bible's worth these days, I just don't know.
I'm really glad Corey called me down. He seemed so lost. One thing that we take for granted is that the Bible being translated into English was a revolutionary act for hundreds of years that would get you burnt at the stake. And this revolution affected our English language culture. I mean, this is the Bible that Shakespeare used.
I mean, it is kind of funny that they printed it in English in a country where they don't speak English.
They actually used smuggling networks to get it into England. So this was contraband.
All for a book.
That said, there's a lot of stuff going on here.
Oh, yeah, it's a
Right?
complicated book.
That's a very nice way to put it, Adam. First, the obvious thing is we've got the rebacking.
So it's been repaired?
Yeah, it's just a front joint repair, looks like.
It's a little bit crude, I admit.
I'm sorry, this repair job, it's so awful.
Now, let's concentrate on the importance of the Bible and the history.
On the one hand, I like these little notes here.
This was actually a study Bible, and they made little notations in the margins.
Yeah, in some ways, those notes were what really upset other theologians because there's a lot of like Protestant philosophy in there that people took issue with.
Learning a lot today.
So, Adam, I know you know that this is somewhat common as far as rare books go.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I was hoping it would be an impulse purchase.
It would have to be in this condition.
Sure.
So what do you think it's worth?
Okay. I like the provenance, I like the history, but like there's just so many other things that are a problem. I think optimistically, you could try to ask $1,500 for it. But
Let's try it this way. Should I buy it?
no.
No? Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm gonna pass.
This is the first time you completely shot me down. I can't believe it.
Maybe she'll buy you lunch because I'm not buying your Bible.
Yeah.
Oh, poor, poor Bible. The Bible has some issues, but we all have issues. I'm not going to be standing on a street corner, though, reading verses from it.